Hello and welcome to English 106 summer semester. I wanted to give a run through on the syllabus today, and it is posted. And to just kind of go through course procedures, my expectations, etc. So one thing I should mention on this, I really created this course to be applicable to a wide variety of backgrounds and interests. So if you are feeling like you really don't have much background in digital or multimedia art, that's okay. You can still learn from this class and gain more skills and knowledge. If you feel like you are really experienced with digital multimedia art, there's still some things that you can learn about design, etc., etc. So, and then if you're somewhere on that spectrum between those two extremes, there's always now some things may be a review, but there are enough different projects that there's often learning that goes on for at least some of them. So I'm Erin Jensen. I prefer being called Erin. I know a lot of professors like to be called doctor or whatever, but I personally just like to be called Erin. So you are welcome to address me in any kind of email or inbox as Erin. My office is on campus, but with the summer, I'm gone some of the time to various places in this country, and so the best way to communicate with me is through email or through Canvas inbox. I'm happy to meet via Zoom, so you can also just send me a message and we can set up a meeting at that time. There are some times I can meet on campus, but those are going to be less available than meeting digitally in some way. So this is an online asynchronous class. That means that we will never meet as a class. So you do need to be very self-motivated and stay up with the assignments. All assignments are posted in the modules, and they are also posted in the tentative schedule that I have at the end of this syllabus. So you can always see what's due. Now, all deadlines are on Wednesdays and Sundays at 11:59. There's only one small change to that, and that's the week with July 4th as a Sunday. Your assignment is actually due on that Wednesday, but you have until July 4th to turn it in. But all other deadlines are Wednesdays and Sundays. You can plan that every single Wednesday you will have an assignment and every single Sunday you will have an assignment. Okay, so there is no textbook. There are course readings, and all of those are posted in the module. I have both required readings that everyone needs to read. Now, don't feel like you have to read every single word. You are more than welcome to use your ability to skim on these readings and skim through, because I really want you to get the general sense of the readings that are posted, but you do not have to read every single word. And so there'll be both required readings as well as recommended readings. And the recommended readings are usually ones that I think are also important, that I would suggest you go ahead and read, but you are not required to read them. So absolutely everything will be through Canvas, through our weekly modules. You do need to set up an account with Canva. It is a free graphic design website that we will be using extensively over 4 or 5 weeks of assignments. You can set up a free account with either your back email or an email of your choosing. You can set up an email specifically for this class if you'd prefer that, but we will be using Canva quite extensively. Okay, so you can see that this course provides an introduction to the fundamentals of digital multimedia design. You'll learn about graphics, various multimedia projects. All required programs are free to use, okay? I wanted to create a program or create a class that didn't require you to have to pay for anything, that everything is free. Now, there are some times that I suggest some downloadable or paid options. There's simply suggestions. You are not required to use anything that requires money. This class does count towards the fine arts core requirement. You can see our objectives here are to create art using visual, digital, multimedia art problems to identify and analyze the audience purpose and message across a variety of text and media, and to develop basic skills using tools and theory used in the design process. Okay, we will have a couple different assignments. As you can see, there will be a digital art project where you will create digital art, and there's a whole list of different programs you can use for that digital art creation, from a very basic to much more advanced, and you really can choose which one of those you want to use. I do want you to be aware in this class, I am not grading you on how excellent of artist you are. I'm grading you on how you're using the different design programs to create something. So don't feel like if you're not very good at art, you're like, well, that's it. I'm not going to get a very good grade in this class. That is absolutely not the case. I am not evaluating your ability to create art. I'm evaluating your ability to use the different programs and tools that you'll be meeting. Every assignment has a minimum requirement. If you meet that minimum requirement, you should be just fine on your grade. There's a topography assignment that's looking at the text and what kind of text do you use in different places. Canva projects, you're going to be creating an infographic, and then you've got some other options as well as a presentation. These projects all can be ones that you use in your academic life, so in other classes, or that you use in your personal life, or that you're just doing to complete the assignment. There will be a photo editing project where we'll look at how to crop pictures, how to look at color saturation, etc. And then your final project is you're either going to be creating a website or some kind of e-portfolio, and there'll be more information provided about that as we get closer to it. But that will be, you'll take everything that you've learned up to that point and apply it to either of those two options. And then there's very smaller assignments that are posted in the modules. One kind of assignment you have due every single Wednesday, except for this first week where it's due on Sunday because we're just starting, are these discussion posts. Now, what I want in those discussion posts is I want you to provide a response to the readings. You don't have to mention every single reading that's required, but I do want you to respond. What did you learn from the readings? What's new information? What's a review? How can you apply that information? What did you like? What didn't you like? Etc., etc. I find when I was a student, that if I had an assignment connected to the required readings, I was more likely to do the required readings. Now, maybe you're one of those people that you read the required readings because it's been asked you to read, and that is absolutely fantastic if that's your personality. That was not my personality. So I have assignments with all of the readings because that really helped me then do the reading, and same thing. So these are really their responses. I do not want a summary of the sources. We've all read it. I do not need a summary. I want your response to the readings. What did you learn? What did you like? What didn't you like? What was a review, etc. And then you also need to respond to somebody else. So one other person, at least 3 sentence long response, respond to their response. Did you agree with them? Do you not agree with them? Etc., etc. And those will all be due by Wednesday at 11:59. Here's our grading scale. Assignments are weighted, so these weekly discussions are 30% of your grade. Assignments are 50% of your grade. And then the final project, which is that website or portfolio, will be 20%. Okay, so here's our meme. This always makes me laugh. But on a scale of medieval owl, how are you feeling today? I feel like I'm almost always number 2. It's kind of how I'm feeling. But anyway, there you go. There's our first interaction between text and images, which is so important in any kind of digital art, multimedia art, is both text and visuals. Okay, course format, again, it's very much on you to make sure you stay current with the assignments and not get behind. Again, everything is posted in the modules, and everything's due on every Wednesday and Sunday. I try to keep modules open 2 weeks ahead of schedule so that if something comes up and you have something, you're going out of town or whatever, you can get assignments done beforehand. You are welcome to turn in assignments early. If they are posted, they are open for you to turn in. I will accept late assignments, but I highly encourage you not to turn in late assignments. I'd encourage you not to get behind. Although if you do get behind, send me a message and we can often work out extensions to deadlines. But I will still grade late assignments. Points will be deducted off of them. Screenshots. There are certain assignments where I will give you the option to screenshot it. Some of the digital art programs are hard to download what you've created, and so you can just take a screenshot either on your phone or your computer of it. This is only for some. A lot of assignments I do want you to upload the document that you created. Here's just a link to a source on how to reviews how to take screenshots if you've never done that before. Okay, so be academic honest. There is so much digital art out there on the internet. You could very easily take something someone else did and pass it off as your own. Please don't do that. I'm not grading you on what a good artist you are. I'm grading on you on how you use the materials that I've provided. So there's no reason to take from anyone else. So don't do that. Don't plagiarize. Here's accommodations. There's tutoring available, although I'm not sure that you'll need tutoring for this. I would say YouTube is going to be the most helpful with anything in this class because there's so many tutorials on YouTube. Respect is really needs to be a foundational part of this class. You need to respect each other and what people have created. And then sometimes my assignments will change if I feel like we need more time on something. I will move assignments and change them from what they currently are, just so that you know that. So here's another meme. This is when I finish a drawing. So this is what my anime person looks like. Then when I flip it to check proportions, we can tell that there starts to be some distortions happening. When I flip it back, we've got a lot more distortions happening. And then when I look at it the next day, here's my little stick figure drawing guy. I often feel like this when I'm creating digital art, is that I think it's so great, and then I'm look at it multiple times and I realize, oh yes, it's this. This will still work for this class if my assignment was that you needed to create somebody using multiple colors. Voila, there you go. Okay. So again, this is why I'm not grading you on your artistic background, your artistic knowledge, how artistic you are. I'm really grading you on how you're using these tools. And then there's also will be a list of all assignments afterwards. So that is the syllabus. Please, please, please email me, reach out to me if you have any questions at all about anything. If links are not working, I have double checked all of them, but there's always sometimes that links will go down. If you have run into any questions, please, please, please reach out to me. There are no dumb questions. I'm always willing to meet with students. I check my email all the time. So usually when you send me an email, I respond back within a couple hours, though at maximum 24 days. I am available on Sundays as well, since you have assignments due. So if you send me an email on Sunday, I will respond to it. So great. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to teaching this class. It's one of my favorites, and I hope you enjoy as well. One of the unwritten goals of this class is that it's an enjoyable class and that you learn something about digital art and multimedia art. Thanks so much.